It's Dizzy. I'm out at the farm. If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you know that I used to have a goat out here. The story behind the goat was my daughter had been interested in goats when she was mid-teens and just got joined by a bratty horse, hello Licorice, and gotten her a really nice Nubian goat for her birthday. It's like we knew nothing about goats, so we joined a 4-H club and was going to learn all about the goats. She was going to raise them and yada yada yada. Well, I never did understand the reasoning behind this. The 4-H would not let her show the goat because it wasn't in our yard, which made no sense to me since we boarded her pony and she could show her pony, so why couldn't she show her goat? But we had to take the goat home and got another one as well, which was born out here, a Nigerian dwarf. And of course, because she wasn't able to have the goats out here, we didn't really have the room to raise goats at our house. She lost interest, so I just kept the goats. The Nubian brown sugar got to be about almost 12 when she died and left me with Gidget. And it got to be where during the summer I was bringing her out here, but during the winter she was at our house. So this is what I had for her for the summer, which was one of these old dog glues. It was fine for her during the summer, but since I got that curbside shopping, there was nothing to stop the weather from coming in during the winter, and I didn't want her exposed. Well, finally I came up with the decision that, you know, she was better off out here. It was easier on me to have her out here. And I took some pieces of wood and I made an extension for this where it had a door to the side here so she could go in and turn and go into the dog glue. And it had I guess it was actually just an open on this side and a door on this side that lifted up so I could feed her. And of course, a couple years ago, she was almost 16, I lost Gidget. So I still have the dog glue out here. It's going to be going to Kentucky with me. But I also had the extension. And if you also watch my channel, you know that I like to have fires out at the farm. And I needed a way to keep my wood dry because I really, 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 really don't want to have to be putting wood someplace to keep it out of the weather where it's going to be in my way. So what I had done originally was I had just put a piece of pallet underneath of the extension and best I could close up the holes, and it didn't work that well. Callie, don't eat the horse poop. Dogs can be so disgusting. Well, today I did some work to it. This is the old extension. Did have this door open from the top so that I could just lift that up to feed Gidget. This is where she could get in, and this section was open. Well, one thing I needed to do for sure was I had to replace the roof. This was the roof that I had, and yeah, it's no good. So that definitely had to be replaced. So I had a piece of exterior plywood, which was from something else. Didn't do any measuring or anything. I just took a chalk line, marked it, cut it, put some hinges on it. And that means that I can now open this way. It's much easier to put wood in going from the top than it is from the side. I had a chick house that was falling apart, and this had been the roof from it. It's not perfect, but I was able to cut it to where it's good enough for that. And over here, this wood is a little bit different. That was from the one side of the chick house. And since it was sloped, and just stuck another little piece of wood in there, like I said, it's not perfect. And this gate now has the hinges there, so I can open it. I've got room to store wood in there. And I had also, a while back, because the pallet had gotten bad, I took 3 pieces of pressure treated wood as well as some exterior plywood, made a floor, put the what do you call it, the 2x4s underneath, made it so it's not sitting on the ground. So this is all wood that I had to put in there. I need to get it all cut up and whatnot. But when I have a fire out here next time, I know I'm not going to have to worry about having dry wood. So there you go. There's my wood holder for my campfire wood, and I will talk at you later.